Record Junkies theme song #1 with a bullet. Hello, it's your friend Brendan Smith.
And it is your friend John Ross Bowie, and we are joined today by a guy who is probably in one of your favorite movies or in one of your favorite TV shows. Office Space, Veep, Napoleon Dynamite, The Drew Carey Show, the list goes on, and we are very, very excited to welcome Diedrich Bader to the show.
Thanks, guys. Big fan.
Oh, man.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be here.
This is
Not
this
of
is,
you, of the show.
No, understood.
Yeah,
understood.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I have mostly detractors. Diedrich and I met back in the Halcyon days when we used to audition in person.
Yes.
And
Like in a waiting area?
in a waiting area.
Oh.
I'm super friendly in waiting areas.
You
I don't
are,
consider
actually.
other actors to be competition at all. It's all up to the executive producer or network or whatever. It has nothing to do with us.
Once I hit 40, I got friendly in waiting
yeah?
rooms. Before that, I could be a little, not prickly, but a little standoffish.
Okay. Yeah. You
but
have to focus on your stuff. I get that.
Well, there's that thing that happens at 40 when, and believe me, I'm not gonna leave you out of this.
Yeah.
But there is
Okay.
that thing that happens at 40 when you're an actor, where suddenly a bunch of people go, oh, you know what? Fuck this, and the herd thins magically overnight, and a bunch of people are like, I'm going to get my real estate license, and they vanish from the scene, or they get a psychology degree, or what have you, and so there's this massive culling, and so there's the people who are there mean it. The people who are still around in their 40s mean it.
Yeah.
And that's great. What were you going to add?
I was going to say, I'll just explain waiting areas for people outside the city of Los Angeles.
Yes, okay, fair enough.
Which is to say that when one goes on an audition in person,
Right. Yes.
there are some very specific casting offices around town that actually have a little bit of traffic.
Yeah.
Like Building 140 at Warner Brothers, where Leslie Litt used to be in the Friends days,
sure,
right?
Sure.
And the thing that derailed me as a performer, because I was, at one point in time, I was.
And shall be again.
Yeah. Who knows? I could not stand the banter between dudes who didn't know each other. Like, hey, man, what's going on? Hey, Diedrich, what's going on? Brendan. Are you still in Natalia's class?
Yeah, in that class. Yeah,
man, you were good, man.
Thanks, man.
Dude, I saw you do what?
Troilus and Cressida?
Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know if it was that. It was something, man. Yeah.
The Thin Man?
The Thin Man. Yeah, man.
yeah.
Yeah, you were great in that, man.
I'd love to bring that back.
Somehow, in trying to make this more inclusive, you have actually made this a little more niche.
exclusive. Yeah.
But it drove me crazy, and it would take me out of my head, and the hatred that I would feel. See, I was an obstacle that I created for myself. Didn't know it at the time, but the hatred that I felt for those other dudes derailed me.
Well, there's also
Every time,
And
because I couldn't
again-
stand the small talk in the waiting area.
Absolutely. But there is also that sort of, what's that great line from Lebowski? This is bullshit psych out shit. This is Bush League psych out shit.
Right.
That line. When someone shows up because runs in and there's like 8 people ahead of them. Guys, can I go a little bit earlier? I have to go test on the West Side after this. And which means they're going like to a higher level of audition in front of a network for a possible series regular role. And when they break out that move, that's pure. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but it's
generally
purely,
not true.
It's purely psychological warfare at that point.
They come in and Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that type.
No, you weren't, and I
you guys befriended each other.
I loved
did,
the vibe. I just always, and then we live relatively near each other, and I have been a fan. Your work I could take or leave, but you personally, I'm a fan.
Thanks, man.
Have you guys heard the rumor of what Clooney's move was way back in the day, in the 80s, before he got started?
Okay.
His move was he would come to the audition,
Crap on the floor.
crap on the floor.
Mark his
Okay, that's a
territory.
bold move.
And
This
then
is now my room.
But what he would do is he would get his sides and he would get them down pat, like nothing else. Like he would memorize, he would choreograph, he would make choices. They were very strong.
Yeah.
It would be just down. He would go into the room and using the charm and those eyes. And he would basically be like, you guys, I just got these sides like 5 minutes ago. I am so sorry.
Oh, it's good.
My manager call you guys later. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to make a choice. Is that okay? Are you guys okay with that?
Diabolical.
Right. But only that charisma can he get away with it. If there's a schmo like me.
If he comes in and he's absolutely rock solid on and they think he's had 20 minutes with this material, then that's
his move.
That's fascinating.
That's fucking baller.
There's also, but at the same time, you don't want them to get the impression that you're done. So, because I found that one thing that people do clam up about is that if they want it in a certain way, or they're inspired by watching you. That I found I booked like crazy when I was able to throw things out.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I was completely able to cleanse myself of any choice that I made. I would say, did you want to see it any other way? A lot of what I would do in the room while I was talking was I would be listening to the actor in the room doing my lines.
Yeah, sure.
And I would be talking to my friend, and we'd be, yeah, you were in that
Oh my
thing.
God, yeah, we should
no,
grab
I'm not going to
coffee.
do it that way. No, that worked. I'm going to take that. And then, yep. I was the worst in that way.
Wow.
In that if you scored in the room on 50% of your stuff, I took that 50%.
And then put a little Bader magic on top of that.
Yeah. And then I did what I did before, or I took some other things from other people, because I listened in the room, and what they want is what I wanted, because I didn't book before when I locked in. And so I just was able to throw everything out and then just wing it.
It's important to stay flexible and on your toes. It's jazz, man.
It's jazz, man.
It's jazz. You know, you got to be able to improvise. Okay, that's my way of segueing us towards the music.
And I'm a huge jazz fan too.
So you know the drill. Record junkies. We
Yeah.
each bring in a record that means something to us. It doesn't have to be our favorite record. It's just something we want to share with the public. And I brought in something from the '60s last episode. I'm going very recent. I'm going 2022.
Oh, no kidding.
Today.
Oh.
Yeah. And again, it's early to call this a favorite record, but it's still kind of important to me for a couple of reasons. I just bought a copy of it. Frank Turner's FTHC.
Okay.
So Frank Turner is a British singer-songwriter who's been releasing solo albums for about 20 years. Got his start as a scholarship student at Eton, the same time Prince William was there.
Jethro went to Eton, by the way.
Pardon?
Commenced to Eton right away. It's one of the earliest Paul Henning jokes.
Okay. He was, again, a scholarship student there. Angry kid. When he was done at Eton, he went on to form a hardcore band called A Million Dead. And then he wanted to go a little folkier. And he's been releasing sort of folk punk records for the past 20 years or so. He's about 12 records in at this point. I call this album significant because this is one of the few pieces of art that I engage with regularly that directly concerns the pandemic. It talks about like
lockdown.
What a fucked up situation that was.
the record talks about the pandemic.
Very much so. It came out in 2022. I saw him a few months before this record came out do a solo acoustic show at Punk Rock Bowling because he's that hardcore that he can pull off a solo acoustic show at a place called Punk Rock Bowling.
Gotta respect that.
Yeah, gotta respect that.
Yeah.
And it was my first concert after lockdown. I went to it was a 3-day festival. I made up for lost time, and I went to this outdoor thing in Vegas. Bunch of bands I loved, bunch of bands I discovered. Really fun time. And so while this might not be my favorite of his records, it's a really significant piece of work because it deals with the anxiety and the depression and the need for companionship that we were all going through for a couple years there, and does it in a way that is also manages to be kind of joyful. So this song's called "Haven't Been Doing So Well." We can turn this up a little bit.
It's almost like a British Ted Leo.
Yeah, and Ted Leo's an enormous Anglophile, so it tracks. Yeah,
Got the banjo there.
yeah.
Is he? Did he befriend Prince William at Eton?
They're William never discusses it, and Frank is very elliptical about it. So I'm going to assume they slept together. I don't know.
A little bit of
I
like
don't.
Water Boys.
There's some Water Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good catch. Yeah, definitely. Mike.
I can't remember.
Oh God, Mike Peters was the Alarm. Who's the guy in the
Mike
Water
Campbell's
Boys?
Tom Petty. Mike Peters is the Alarm. Mike
Waterboy.
Rutherford is Genesis.
No,
Mike.
I'm never thinking of Mike Rutherford. Let
You
me
know what's
save you some
interesting
time
is how
right now.
little
Anthony.
art was created from the pandemic.
That's what I'm
everybody
saying.
doesn't want to talk about it.
And why would we? I understand that. I really do. But
So
to
I
have
think it's
something...
analogous to World War I. I'm sorry to interrupt, Chuck.
No, go ahead.
World War I, there's tons of books about it. There's also movies. There's songs, obviously.
Yeah.
But no one writes about the flu.
No. Which went on around, which was concurrent, or just afterwards, right?
Just afterwards.
Just afterwards,
And
right.
wiped out a third of the Sorry.
Yeah.
Third of the planet.
You can-
No, you can.
I
you can
wasn't
curse.
sure if I was
Oh,
able
yeah.
to. It wiped out a third of the planet.
I know.
But nobody writes about it.
There's no art
no
about
one wrote
that.
a song about it.
Fitzgerald was
Other
one of
than
the.
Chile. No, what am I saying? Chile died in it. He didn't do any. But you know what I mean? There's no like. There's no Evelyn Waugh book about the flu, but he also went through that.
Yeah, Fitzgerald went through it.
Yeah.
One of the finest
Hemingway
social
went
critics
through
of his
it.
time, and was like,
No
"Nah, I
one
really
talks
just
about it.
Sounds like a bummer. I just don't want to deal with that."
I don't want to talk about it. It's like they just decided to push it away. It's the same thing with the pandemic. We went through something very traumatizing.
Let's hear, and we can start this at full volume. This is a song called "The Gathering," which is track 2 on this album.
The first time that the beat drops in the bar is going to be biblical. The second that the sing-along starts, it'll be sensational.
So it's exactly like, once we get back to this, how great is it going to be? I've seen Frank live a couple times solo. I've seen him with a full band. He always puts on a good show. There's a lot of, as you can probably gather, a lot of singing along to be done at these moments. There's just a really wonderful community. He's not enormous in the States. He plays the Wiltern, plays the some of the Palladium. He plays
Pokes
good
plays
size.
Wiltern. Wiltern is fun.
Yeah, it's a good sized place, but he's not an arena guy here.
yeah,
he
yeah,
might
yeah.
be. He might be in the UK.
Yeah.
But there is a great deal of joy and also some righteous anger peppered through a lot of his songs. But yeah, I hear Waterboys. I hear a little Pogues.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I hear traces of Thin Lizzy here and there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's just that general, two fingers up, late 70s, early 80s punk thing going on.
Yeah.
He's like in his 40s now, I think. So he's a bit younger than us. But
Did you discover him at Punk Rock Bowling years ago? Or?
I discovered him through like 3 friends simultaneously recommended him, which is a sign, man.
Yeah. That's the universe.
Timothy Amundsen,
Yeah.
Massive fan, Timothy.
Yeah.
My buddy Seth Morris. Another Veep alum, actually.
I know that, yeah.
And, a friend of the show, Dave Holmes. All of them recommended Frank Turner. And I was like, I got to give this guy a chance. And I was absolutely all in. And Timothy took me to a show at the Wiltern. We shan't get too political here, but right after Trump was elected, and it was just a big, lousy, loud, noisy rock show.
Must have felt great.
And it felt great, yeah.
Cathartic. Yeah.
So what's interesting about this is that obviously he takes a couple years off while lockdown is going on, but the FTHC is a nod to the old hardcore logos, like DCHC, NYHC, but this is Frank Turner hardcore because this is one of his louder records.
Yeah.
Heavy on the distortion, a little lighter on the mandolin, but it's buried there in the mix.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing about this record, and if we could start the song Miranda, and I'm going to try to post this like I'm a radio DJ. So, got an angry young man here, right, from Britain, and guess what? Doesn't get along with his father.
No.
I know, it's crazy. I know. Doesn't get along with his dad. They're estranged for years. Writes songs about how he's got a really weird relationship with his father and friendship in general, and then has an epiphany, talks to the guy, and gets this.
Father's called Miranda these days. She's a proud transgender woman. And my resentment has started to fade. Cause it was never about who she was, just the way that he behaved.
Right.
And now my father is Miranda, and we're okay.
That's so cool.
Isn't that lovely?
That's amazing.
Isn't that
That's
so
beautiful.
lovely?
Yeah.
And the coda of the song is Miranda, it's lovely to meet you.
Oh, wow.
And apparently, they're cool now.
Wow.
And the dad was just in the wrong body and mad about it.
Just really unhappy. Yeah.
And
wouldn't
took it
be?
out on his environment.
Yeah.
And it is just such it closes side one, and I still think of things that way. That's the nice thing about vinyl, is that you really get to view an album as almost like a 2-act play.
Yeah.
And this is the act 1 closer is
That's
Miranda.
right. Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's all these like fun kind of loud party songs that are angry but still kind of fun, and then there's this very sweet moment at the end of act 1 where he reconciles with his dad, who I guess is now essentially his mom, and it's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Just think how interesting it is, though, when you're parent comes out and becomes trans and then is so much happier. We were just alluding to Hemingway, right? Because I feel like Hemingway wanted to be trans, and I think his macho thing was really all about
massive,
that.
noisy cover.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, his son was trans.
Really?
Yeah. And Hemingway got his son out of prison at one time in Florida. We were talking about Florida earlier. And there was a jealousy there because his son was able
living
to
his life.
fulfill his life. Now, his son was also totally messed up because of his relationship with his dad, who was so macho and such an aggressive
Also, I can't
way.
imagine being trans in the early 1950s was a cakewalk.
Yeah, that's right.
Why was the son in prison in Florida? Do you know?
I think he got arrested for being trans.
Yeah.
I believe. But
Wow.
I don't exactly know that. I'm sure you get comments about it. Somebody will Google that up and go, well, I knew that the whole time.
Yeah, no,
But-
YouTube commenters will have a field day with
Yeah,
us
yeah,
today, I'm sure. I probably
But that
pronounce
kind of
Eaton
macho
wrong.
posturing, that idea of this uber masculinity, which no one can live up to.
No.
And because it's really ridiculous and you're going to kill yourself. And then, of course, he kills himself.
Yeah.
It's hiding something because it just, what are you trying to prove?
There's a lot of guys from that era who just did not seem particularly happy, and they either deliberately killed themselves or basically killed themselves
By
the
drinking and then-
way Fitzgerald did. Fitzgerald, by the time Fitzgerald was my age, he'd been dead 10 years. Which is sobering, in every sense of the term. But yeah, I think they're.
That's a beautiful song.
Isn't it great? And
Yeah,
it's got
it's great.
and the other interesting thing about it is musically, it's got this sort of Motown shuffle thing going. It's almost soulful the way it kind of comes out, and there's a wonderful little backing vocal thing going on there with that the do 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 do, and you can see maybe like the Wrecking Crew behind him doing that. It's a delightful record. Frank Turner, FTHC from 2022, which I don't know what you brought in. I think is the record holder as the most recent record we've had on the show.
No question. We've done about 10 shows to this point.
Yeah.
And for sure, that is the most current record that we have talked about.
I'll go back to my childhood next episode.
I will probably never bring in anything past 1984, but that's just me. That's how it's going to go.
They're still making music? When he first said 2023, I was like, what?
They weren't.
I don't know that.
No, I swear to God, they were. Yeah, this is oh, by the way, and you know what? You want me to promote a local business? And I'm not even sure if I can do this, but don't put any music underneath this. Bunch of actually great record stores in Los Angeles, even post-pandemic. Want to throw it out to Record Safari in Atwater. If you've not been, very airy, very nice space, terrific selection, both used and new,
I love
and
Atwater Village.
a public bathroom.
No kidding.
And I recommend them. They're right on Los Feliz Boulevard.
Not far from the Los Feliz Pitch and Putt.
Yeah, right across the street from.
Right, so it's you got a whole day there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bro.
I used to,
records?
I used to
Come
see
on.
a therapist in that neighborhood who has since retired, but if he was still working, I could have a fucking day over there, man.
What would be the order of that? What would you do? Would you go therapist?
It'd be golf therapist
Then-
record store.
Golf therapist
There's no
record
question.
store.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
didn't have to think about it.
Do
Do they have
Better.
any used records? Do they just?
Well, this is a
No, that's new,
this
but-
is a brand new, sealed, fresh off the press. So they have new, they have used. They're all mixed up.
Do they
which
have
is kind of
cutouts?
fun.
Do you remember cutouts where they would like do a little slice? Out of the part
Cutouts
of
were
the-
usually for radio stations.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. So am I correct about that, Richard?
Oh no.
The
I will
cutouts
be
were usually
presenting
for
a cutout.
No.
I will be presenting a cutout today.
But they were usually,
Yes, but
they
it's
were
not
usually
my turn yet.
they were accessed from radio stations, weren't
Yes.
If the corner was cut, it was also a discount.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will see one coming up soon. Mr. Bader's going to go first, although
Yeah.
I do want to know your order
Okay.
of pitch and putt, record store, therapist in a day. What's the order?
I think I'd have to start with a therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then?
work it out on the golf course.
Okay.
And then go to the browse because you want to be clean when you go into the record store. You have to be open-minded.
Right.
I mean, you got.
I think we'd all probably do record store last, right?
Yeah.
You
I think
wouldn't,
that
you wouldn't
just
treat
feels
yourself with the pitch and
improper.
putt, would you?
I love the pitch and putt. I love the people should know outside the city of Los Angeles. There's a wonderful little par 3 course
Yeah, I love a par 3. It's
I
too
love
nice
a
and short.
9-hole par 3.
in the shadow of Griffith Park,
It's
along the LA River.
Yep.
And it's a wonderful place where you can sneak beer in and and take a pitching wedge and a putter, and you're good to go. And balls are flying all over the place in there. It's
That's
a
great.
tiny, tiny place.
Also, by the time I hit the 9th hole, you go to the bar, you have a sandwich. I'm kind of done.
Yeah.
I mean, I love a bar with a theme, but
Yeah.
it's only so long I can hang out. And the par 3 is perfect for me. I mean, all day, I don't know. I'd rather
Yeah.
go to the woods
Yeah.
than walk around somebody's
If
lawn.
this was a longer podcast, I
Yeah.
could get into.
Oh, right, we gotta get to the music, yeah.
No, it's okay. Take this or leave this. I don't go to the pitch and putt anymore because I brought a driver there one time, hit a ball right into a lamppost, and
Yeah.
it flew back into my face and blackened my eye.
Oh my God,
Really?
that's hilarious.
That is the closest thing to an authentic sports industry this indoor kid has ever gotten.
That's
and
hilarious.
I've told you the whole story. Actually, it didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. But I don't
Like an episode of the Three Stooges.
like a
that's
dark
right.
Three Stooges Curb Your Enthusiasm mashup.
Wow.
And the girlish squeal I let out. Whew, up there, higher register.
Remember when American movie classics used to show shorts before their movies?
Yeah.
There was a short with, the drinker, W.C. Fields,
Okay.
and the first Charlie Chan,
Warner
Olin, well done, where they did like almost a comedy routine at Griffith Park on the golf course, but they were both clearly famous alcoholics, right? So drunk that they could not get any of their physical timing right. Because if you have a partner, one partner can be drunk and you could still pull off something. It's hard to do, but you
Dean
can.
and Jerry.
Yeah, but if you're both drunk, you're just a couple of drunk guys.
Yeah, at that point. Yeah, someone needs to be the voice of reason in that chemistry.
Okay, so my choice is a little bit basic.
No, it's
so
okay.
You
No.
and I share something in that we both loved hardcore.
Yes.
I was a huge hardcore fan. I'm from the D.C. area, from Alexandria, Virginia. We used to go in there, a bunch of kids pile in a car and go to hardcore shows. You saw Minor Threat and
Bad Brains.
Bad Brains, thank you, and a bunch of other, Suicidal Tendencies. There was a ton of stuff that came through. Everything went through the basement of this place. There was the 930 Club, which is probably the more famous one. They didn't have hardcore shows though. It was mostly the Wilson Center down in the
Right.
basement.
I've heard of the Wilson Center.
So that was like, it was like Valhalla. It was just the best. Everything would be so loud, your ears would be ringing at the end of the night. And hardcore for me, because I guess before I was into hardcore, I was into the Beatles and Billy Joel. I saw that you guys talked about it the other day.
Yeah.
My brother had a Billy Joel album. I love Little Feat. I love because of my sister and the Allman Brothers. But when I heard hardcore, it was like the first time I read. The first time I read Henry Miller. Like first time I read Henry Miller, I was like, this is the truth.
You can
Everybody
do
else-
this?
Yeah. Everybody else is just bullshitting. And Henry Miller is really writing the truth. Hardcore felt like that. So I ended up becoming a total music snob. Like if it wasn't hardcore, then I just didn't like it. Mm-hmm. And my friend Carl Straub was a great musician and really fantastic music listener as well. He was talking about Elvis. And my memory of Elvis was the movies, which in my opinion still, they all suck.
They're not good.
They're really bad.
Speedway?
Yeah.
Come on.
But even Viva Las Vegas,
Clambake?
they're all
GI Blues?
Yeah, they're all bad movies. And he died on the toilet, and he was fat, and
Yeah.
then even like everybody said, you got to listen to the the Las Vegas show where he wore the black leather, and I was like, okay, it's like Hound Dog and everything. I get it. Hound Dog is also derivative of whatever.
Right,
It's
yeah.
Lieber and Stoller. It's not like it wasn't written for Big Mama Thornton. But anyway, I thought he was a cheeseball. And
Yeah.
even like the Prison Rock and all of that, I just didn't like it.
Jailhouse Rock. I
Jailhouse
believe.
Rock, yeah. I'm sorry, I was thinking, I'm getting confused. But he said there is a record that you need to listen to, and I was such a snob, so awful. I was like, okay, what have you got? So he put on the second side. You were talking about how to do this. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, when Elvis just released singles, so it would just be two sides. But it was Sun Records.
Oh,
His original.
the Sun Collection.
And it was the first one I
Yes.
heard was Mystery Train.
Yeah. Cool Elvis.
Cool Elvis.
Yeah.
Train I ride,
And my head
16 coaches long.
was like, what's happening?
Train
just
I ride,
So cool.
16 coaches long.
This was mind blowing when it came out.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine? Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
No.
1955 or whatever.
Yeah.
This comes on the radio, and you're like, what does anything mean?
What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening?
What's happening right now? Because
happening?
it's not that he's ripping off black music. He is loving it.
Yeah.
And he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Mystery Train was like a spontaneous song. He was like, let's just do one more. And then just whipped it out. And they started playing it. And what it captures for me is a sense of youth and discovery. And I was like so young when I heard it. I thought, this is it. You captured it. You have a feeling of what rock and roll really is. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to thrash it out.
No.
You need to have that sense of like, this is what I want to play. This is what I want.
Yeah.
This is me. This is an extension of me. This is the true call from my soul. And I turned to Carl and I went, oh my God, Elvis is fucking fantastic.
Elvis is so good. Yeah, Elvis is really good. Elvis can be really, really good. Yeah.
Can you play That's All Right, Mama?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And this is the stuff that turns on the Robert Plants of the world. This is the stuff that Mick Jagger and Keith Richards go,
Yeah.
oh my God.
It's the start.
Yeah, it's the start.
So you don't
This
have to
is
listen to the Hound Dog guy,
Yeah.
although you could. I mean, there are some great records.
Yeah. Clam bake.
Stop it.
But this is just so good.
Yeah.
And it's so him. Like, it's really him before anybody. I know it's trite to say, like, before the manager and all that, but everybody manipulating
Yeah,
it.
no, there's a lot of truth to that, though. Yeah.
But there is.
Yeah.
There is a lot of truth to it.
But this is him going into the Sun Studios.
Yeah.
Carl
correct?
Perkins and Jerry
Sam
Lewis is probably
Phillips,
around. Sam
yes,
Phillips,
yes.
yes.
Sam Phillips is the producer, but yes, also Johnny Cash. Transformative studio, one of the, like Muscle Shoals or something like that. This is how old I was when I bought it.
Oh my God. Wait.
Hang on.
What is the military
So
style?
I bought that at the thrift store. For some reason, the guy
Okay.
that took my picture thought that I was like ROTC or something.
Okay.
But, my hair had just grown out. I was a skinhead.
Oh, my God.
And he was like, you're military. I was like, yeah.
Amazing. Okay, put your stolen valor away.
Stolen valor. Anyway.
Amazing. What year is this? 56?
Yeah, let me take a look at it. It is
55.
55, man. Dawn of it.
It's
the
a dawn of
dawn, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pointed to as the year because that's the year that Rock Around the Clock comes out.
Yeah.
So it's always pointed like that's the first rock single, but a bunch of albums were coming out at that time. That was just the one that sort of named it.
Yeah.
But
is also
it's so. The other thing that's interesting about Elvis's version of the blues is that he's not as angst-ridden. He's just really cool.
Yeah.
There's a coolness to that song,
he's a
which
cool
is one
cat.
of the reasons it lends its title to a Jim Jarmusch movie, I think.
Yeah.
And a Wes Anderson movie. I mean, it's instantly evocative of
Yeah. It
is.
Bill Murray in like a paper hat riding a train through a field on a track that he's just built for his kids.
Yeah, no.
Because he's super
Because music does a thing that nothing else does, which
Yeah.
is that it evokes an entire world.
Yeah.
Like you see it perfectly.
see it
And
perfectly.
what's great about it is that unlike any other narrative, everybody sees something else, something different. So, like, I can hear a song and think, oh, it means this. I didn't even know, like, the 40 Watt Club in Augusta, Georgia was an actual in Athens. Sorry, I didn't know that was an actual club. I thought it was like something people alluded to, like it was just like an image. So. That's what music does, is it gives you a full world.
Did you then go, okay, the Sun
Put it
Collection.
on the Lazy
Yes,
Susan here, yeah.
Did you go, okay, the Sun Collection is amazing. Now I'm open to some of the rest of the catalog. Did you go down that road? After
Not only
hearing
that,
it?
I also started reappraising people that I had written off.
Lovely.
And, one of them was one of my favorite musicians of all time, Louis Armstrong, who was as transformative as Elvis Presley.
No question.
Yeah.
No, without question, because he has the first solo, for example, in jazz on record.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So because remember, before Louis Armstrong, people used to solo at the same time. They would just play, basically.
Yeah.
But with Louis, no, he played solo and everybody was his band. That's starting with the five. But when he played with King Oliver, he and King Oliver played at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that about Louis Armstrong. I mean, I knew he was in the Pantheon, obviously. I didn't realize he was in the Pantheon because he would be like, no, this is my time.
He is, especially when he's young, and
Yeah.
especially with a hot five. He is so breathtakingly good. There's nobody better. He's so transformative. It's incredible. He was a genius. But when I was a kid, I saw him as like he was in Hello Dolly, saying Hello Dolly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
He was in High Society. I'd seen it in Glenn Miller's story. So he was almost, and this is somebody I truly love, grotesque to me. Like
there's
the sweating and the smiling,
super
and the whole,
corny, and and
the big smile and
overproduced.
everything. And I just thought, well, he's not a real jazz musician. Oh my God, I was so wrong. Like I was wrong about Elvis.
Yeah.
He's the real deal. He's
Yeah.
amazing. He's a genius. He's incredible.
The voice is incredible. The voice is unparalleled. People have tried. No one has come close.
His phrasing is amazing.
There's a very interesting phenomenon I want to talk to you about, though, real quick, about there's an evolution that happens to punk rock kids where they start off listening to whatever they're listening to, their older brothers or their parents or whatever's around, the radio.
Yeah.
Then they get into punk rock and they're assholes about punk rock for a few years.
I was.
Same here. And then they recognize how much punk rock owes a debt to stuff that came before it, and a lot of it being very straightforward 3-chord rock and roll.
Yeah, that's right.
And I had a big Buddy Holly kick in late high school.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Aside from the wonderful aesthetics of the guy, I was just like, oh yeah, this is like
he was
hard on
great.
your sleeve. This is like, without Buddy Holly, there's no Descendants. This is a guy with glasses crying about his broken heart over 3 or 4 chords.
And his songwriting is like on the parallel with Hank Williams.
Oh yeah, no, he's fantastic.
He's truly great, and the way that he mixed everything up. I mean, just the all
the
that,
little drumstick on the chair in
right, that's what I'm thinking.
what is it? Every Day.
Every Day. Yeah.
But
so good.
But I feel like that's a thing that most punk rock kids come around to.
Yeah.
Like they turn their back on everything and then
That's
they
right.
pause and they go, actually, you know what?
Wait
There's
a minute.
probably a great deal of merit back there.
Yeah.
I had, this is making me, I'm getting a little emotional because I had a friend who was obsessed with this. His name was Rio Hackford.
Okay, Rio.
He passed away
Oh,
just a couple
recently,
of years
yeah.
ago. He was Taylor Hackford's son.
Oh.
And he was a tastemaker.
Right. Okay.
And he was the kind of person that he was the cool kid's cool kid.
Yeah.
And he discovered this. This came out on CD, like a CD released in the very early days of
That's
CD,
right, yeah.
like 87, 88.
Yeah.
Like in the very first. And he took that CD to the crowds that you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
To the cool kids and said, here you go.
It's
He was the
mind-blowing.
first person that I knew, just as your friend.
Carl Straub.
Right?
Yeah.
Did your friend, and Rio was the kind of person who turned us on to tons of people.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Sonic Youth and Das Damen and
wow.
even Soul Asylum. And I mean, he was crazy.
I didn't
Did you
listen to
have
Sonic Youth until I got to college. I think that was more of a timing thing
Yeah.
more than anything.
Did your buddy turn you on to other stuff as well?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of jazz. Bartok. I mean, like we were
Oh, wow.
all over the map.
Bela Bartok, the classical composer. Okay.
Yeah. His quartets we would listen to all the time. Yeah, no, in his.
So your buddy was the guy.
Oh no, he was the dude. He was the source.
Okay.
And also he had a film festival
Yes.
basically that he ran in his basement.
Of course he did.
Which is where I saw like Aguirre, The Wrath of God.
Of
and,
course.
and like a ton of
Decline of
He
Western
curated
Civilization.
films.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
He
was it.
curated films in his basement.
Yes, it was a film festival and it was run by Carl Straub and it was fantastic. That's where. But it was also My Man Godfrey. I mean, it wasn't like it all had to be like
It wasn't just the
completely out
edgy
there all the
stuff.
time.
It was-
wasn't. No, it was like this is genuinely good. You got to see this. It's really good. And then you fire up something and you pass it around and all the guys are there and they're like, wow, that really was good.
Yeah,
That really
Preston
was.
Sturgis, man. Wow.
Yeah. Yes, yes to Preston Sturgis.
I pulled an old timey filmmaker out of a hat.
Yeah, so you would deep dives into Preston Sturgis, but start with the really big one that's easy to get, the Sullivan's Travels.
Yeah, sure.
And then take it from there.
And that is fantastic. And I want you to know that I aspired to be Carl Straub and Mr. Hackford, and didn't quite have the. Didn't have a basement for one thing, but didn't quite have the
You need the basement, really.
the clout for it. But I
Rio,
wanted
this
to be the
kid
tastemaker.
Rio Hackford is kind of a local legend, and he was tall, and he was handsome and charismatic, and he just had that thing.
Yeah.
But he had the taste that nobody else had.
Oh my God! Wow.
You know what I mean? And those creatures, I think those people are there to teach us.
Yeah.
Right? And turn us on.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the film festival in the basement. That is a stroke of genius.
fantastic.
Can I hear good rockin' on this record? Yeah.
That's a good rockin' tonight.
Oh yeah, this is great. Good choice.
I'm gonna hold my baby as tight as I can.
Yeah.
Tonight she'll know I'm a mighty man. I
Wes
heard the
Anderson.
news.
Ed Norton, and who are we going to pair him with?
Oh, Jason Schwartzman.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
They are on their way to a debutante ball. No, okay, I'm going to do my thing.
Strike
now.
this.
I'm going to do my thing now. It's my turn.
That was a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
choice. Thank you so
so-
much for bringing
that
that
was
in.
a
little
That was,
basic,
no,
but-
it was not basic. It was not.
Give it so much thought,
It's
man.
not. If
I
anyone,
almost went
it
with
means
Harry
that much to
Nilsson's
you.
The Point.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It was an awesome
This is more
number.
fun because it gives me the opportunity to say Clam Bake is awesome and Speedway is awesome.
Okay, here we go.
I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Amazon had a bunch of Elvis movies, and I tore through them.
I bet you did.
Yeah, the best. Okay, my turn. Here we go.
Yeah.
So Mr. Bader's here too.
Oh.
And I thought, wait. I had to think about this because I was like, maybe I haven't done the replacements yet. And I thought, I'm not in the mood yet to talk about the
Oh,
replacements.
this is a misdirect.
So we're not going to do the replacements. Okay.
Interesting.
Well, I haven't done a Dio record yet, but then I thought, I did.
You did do a deep.
You
did a rainbow record.
I did a rainbow record.
Right.
I did a Dio era rainbow record, so I can't do
Right.
a Dio record.
Yeah.
And Ozzy just passed
I'm
away. I don't
loving
wanna do
seeing
it.
the thought process because
Okay.
I wanted to bring that in.
But then I was going through my records
Yeah.
to try to find something special.
Sure.
And something came across my eyes, and I was like, how did this get here?
Fantastic.
How did this get here?
How did that
How
happen?
do I have...
I'll tell you how. It's a cutout.
It is a cutout.
It cost
As
you
you
33
can
cents.
Clearly see. As you can clearly see, they're the cutout. As you can clearly see, there's a cutout.
Did you
Okay.
get this at a car wash?
Let's go, sorry.
No. I did not get this at a car wash.
Yeah.
The reason that I'm so excited to bring this in today is a story that Richard Sheltinga has heard 4,000 times on Rock Tales with Ahmed Zappa.
Okay.
Okay? I stole this
Nice. You stole a cutout record.
from my shitty job
Okay.
as the happy hour DJ
Yeah.
at Denim and Diamonds in Santa Monica,
Denim and
circa
Diamonds.
1992.
I remember
maybe
that place.
93, possibly 94 before I got fired.
Right. Why were you fired?
For stealing
Stealing.
records, I should imagine.
Being an asshole.
Okay.
For being a dick.
Yeah.
But I left with Saturday Night Fever. Now, we're
Nice.
talking about cool and
Yeah.
cool factor and
Yeah.
punk rock and all this.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
could
pretty nerdy.
not stand this
Yeah.
as a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
Though,
Punk was a response to disco.
Yeah, very much so.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I gravitated to all that.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
nothing makes me happier now than to hear the Bee Gees sing this
Fair
music.
enough.
There are a lot of good songs on that album.
Yes. Truly great.
May I read the songs to you, John Ross Bowie? Because
Please.
we're going to play just a couple of them.
Yeah.
Staying Alive, How Deep Is Your Love, If I Can't Have You,
By Yvonne Elliman.
Yeah, right. I forgot that was on there.
The Fifth of Beethoven is on this. Jive
Oh, yeah.
Talking Bee Gees.
Bit.
More Than a Woman. Not
More
just
Than a
once,
Woman. Yeah.
but twice.
No, really?
Tavares does their cover
That's fantastic.
of the Bee Gees. Would you play More Than a Woman by the Bee Gees, Richard Sheltinga?
Oh, I have More Than a Woman by Tavares.
I want to hear the
Oh, you want to hear the Tavares version?
Yeah,
Okay, that's fair enough.
I've never heard this. Okay.
Girl, I've known you very well. I've seen you growing every day. I never really looked before.
I like this a lot. I respect the Bee Gees a great deal, but I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Well, they're down an octave for one thing. That's nice.
Yes. Like I could sing along to this.
Yeah.
Let's hear them bang the chorus out.
Here in your arms, I found my paradise. My only chance for happiness. And if I lose you now, I think I would die. I'll say you'll always be my baby.
Yeah, what, the Bee Gees are in the studio at the same time as Tavares? Come on. That's crazy. I was 10 years old when this came out.
Yeah.
And I think we're
we're about the same
close.
age. I'm 58, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 57.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we can confirm to everyone watching this show,
Yeah.
this was the biggest thing
I was
in
the biggest
America.
I was 6, and it was the biggest thing. And my parents would not let me see it. It
Oh, it
was
was enormous.
ours.
well,
yeah.
you're in the, living in
Well,
the
because it had a
epicenter. of it.
blowjob in it, I think, if I remember correctly.
There's an almost sexual assault in it.
Yes.
there's almost a rape. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few gnarly. They had their reasons. They absolutely had their reasons to not let
Yeah.
me see it, but
Yeah.
I was furious because it was everywhere. It was such
no,
a
it was
huge part
enormous.
of the culture.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
A moment. I know we're a music podcast, but a moment on John Travolta.
Come on.
Oh,
a moment on John Travolta.
National treasure.
Yeah.
John Travolta.
He was great in it, by the way. It's great.
He's
great.
great in that.
Yeah, he really is.
And he is. You don't stay that famous for that long by accident.
That's
You've
right.
got something to offer.
yeah,
and he's, whatever, there's the hair loss, there's the Scientology, whatever. He was a star and remained a star for quite some time because there's just an effortless charisma with the guy, and he can dance.
Also, sweet vulnerability.
And a sweet vulnerability that made Danny Zuko, who is on paper a sociopath, actually quite appealing.
Wait, do you feel like that's his superpower?
I do.
I think he's right.
I like
Yes,
that.
a handsome man who seems vulnerable is like, I want to make out with him. I mean, he sounds like just the best.
Yeah.
I saw this movie just before I worked with John Badham. I had actually never seen it up until that time, but I was doing a guest star spot on Psych. I didn't know Badham was going to direct it because, frankly, I hadn't read anything. They sent the offer. I didn't even read it. I just was like, sure, it'll pay for Scotland, and went up there. But I had just seen it the week before.
Oh, my God.
And I talked about the development of this movie because he was in on the development all the way through. And it started off with a story.
It started with a story in New York Magazine.
That's right. Yeah. And,
about the disco scene in Manhattan.
in Brooklyn.
in the
but
five
also just
boroughs or
working
whatever.
with Travolta and how prepared he was and how anxious he was that this be good and that he was just a sweet, vulnerable guy who really wanted to please. Badham, by the way, if you ever get a chance, he's a genuinely nice guy.
Can I request a song off this record? No,
If
go ahead.
if it's the Kool and the Gang song, Open Sesame.
Go ahead. Let's do that.
You didn't know that Kool and the Gang had a song on Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
I had forgotten
I didn't have it.
If indeed I did ever know this.
It's so amazing. He was the biggest star, one of the biggest stars in America at the time.
Oh, it's huge.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah.
Saturday Night
He
Fever.
was genuinely funny.
Grease.
Yeah.
And it's an incredible run. It is he had a great 70s, although lost his wife. His wife died
tragically,
very young.
Kelly,
But it's
And also Get Shorty. He's great. I mean,
it's great. Get Shorty.
he's great in Get Shorty.
Well, Pulp Fiction.
No, he's very good.
That's my favorite Travolta, I think.
I'll give it up. I'll give it up for Face Off.
Fantastic.
John
movie.
Woo's Face Off is terrific.
That would make the Brendan Smith Basement Film Festival.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is actually a really great song. What a
Yeah.
tight arrangement is
Right?
happening here. Right?
Yeah.
Turn it
yeah.
up.
Let's hear this.
That's awesome.
This is a band that Kool and the Gang kind of fell off in the 80s, though.
They got swept up in the anti-disco.
But
feel.
like
That bass player ended up being a big producer, I think, though. I may be wrong, but I think I'm right.
I think that's cool.
I saw them.
Oh, is
open
that
up.
cool? Yeah.
I think that's cool because the singer is inexplicably named James Taylor.
They
really?
Yeah, check me on that. Kool and the Gang
They,
singer is
uh,
actually named James
That's
Taylor.
sort of funny.
they opened up for Van Halen.
What?
On the 2007 tour.
Cool in the Gang?
Cool in the Gang. did.
Oh, okay. So not in the because I feel in the 70s that audience would not have been kind.
No. that
No, it
wouldn't
was
have
it
worked.
was Roth. Roth has just come back to Van Halen.
Okay.
And and they opened up for Van Halen, and it was a night that Roth did not have a good performance.
Okay.
In the reunion tour, and Kool and the Gang kind of blew them off the stage.
Really?
Well, because Kool and the Gang just went hit, and Dave just came.
They knew what
And
they
but they
were
also
doing.
did, they probably
sing.
did 45 minutes, and it's 45 minutes, and 8 of those are
'Cause they were
Jungle
opening.
Boogie. So how are you going to go wrong there? You know.
Can I explain Denim and Diamonds to the people watching
Please,
the
please
podcast?
do.
Why I stole this from Denim and Diamonds?
Yeah.
Which was Southern California's #1 line dancing club,
Yeah. I
in
never
the
went, but I
early-
remember where it was on Pico or something, right?
Ocean Park.
Ocean Park. Right?
Ocean Park and 30th.
Yeah. I
And
drove
the-
by it.
Yes,
and I
you did.
remember it jumped out at me.
Because what the hell is a country line dance bar doing
Yeah.
in the
Right.
western or the eastern edge of Santa Monica?
Yeah.
But I was the
Why
happy-
did they have Saturday Night Fever, too?
Well, because
Yeah.
that is a fantastic question.
Okay.
Because once an hour,
Yeah.
I was allowed to play a pop hit.
Oh, once an hour.
Once an hour.
There's a strict rule about that.
There was a very strict rule about that.
Okay.
Because there was a format to the hour. You start slow. You start
Yeah.
with the slow dances,
Sure.
and then you increase the tempo.
Stand by your man.
Exactly. You do that, and then you just keep going
just out of the
because
Blues
it's
Brothers.
all working up to the line dances.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the hour.
Right.
Achy Breaky Heart
Yes.
was the number one line dance at the time that I was the DJ there.
92, 93.
What
Yeah,
a terrible
that's at the
time
peak
that
of
was.
peak
The
of his
spasm
powers.
of this
Telling
country,
you,
yeah.
I had a used postal Jeep.
Yeah.
And my friends and I were living in a house near.
Did you keep it white or what? Did you?
I covered it
Yeah.
in rock stickers.
Oh, that's a great choice.
Rock stickers to the
It was
point
like the
where,
Amoeba records, like you were driving the elevator.
buddy,
of the old,
I was so
Amoeba.
annoying. I was that annoying guy.
Oh, that's all right.
So
That's cool.
one day when I was coming out of Aaron's record, a kid was putting his band sticker on my car.
Nice. I love that.
Wow.
It was coated in like Husker Du, and because that was me.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Just covered in stickers. I mean, come on, I'm blissed out. Can you turn it up?
Come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love. Then you saw
But anyway, Denim and Dumb. So once an hour, I could play a pop song,
Yeah.
which kind of clears the floor a little bit and allows some people who weren't necessarily country western fans to dance. But
And
just
also
one
give the
hour.
others a chance to get drinks, which is really what they wanted to do.
Bing, bing, bing,
Yeah.
bing, bing. There was
The
a point where
management really
you had
wanted
to get them thirsty,
Yeah, by dancing.
and then part of the formula was
Right.
get everyone wasted so they would hook up, and the guys would spend more money on booze on women.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It was a whole crazy. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I was there when OJ had his infamous Bronco chase down the 405.
Wow.
And I put that chase on all the TVs in the club because I was in control of the media.
Yeah, and
From
did
my
people
little
watch,
station.
or did they continue dancing?
The whole club shut down.
And
Wow.
did you musically accompany it with Convoy
Hey!
by C.W. McCall? Huh?
I was watching
I
a
was
basketball
not-
game when that happened.
I think the Bulls were playing.
Yeah.
That night, like there was
I
a
think
very
so.
important game.
It was a
It
big
might
game.
have been like Bulls
I got
and
Chinese
Knicks.
food. I had some beer,
Yeah.
like ready to go. Sat down. I think it was in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And at first, I was like, "Oh my god!" But then I was like, "Can't they tell us what's happening with the game? 'Cause it's happening right now."
It was the days before, like the crawl at the bottom.
They
kind of,
didn't do that then,
They-
or put in a little, like a little pocket, a thing, or just keep us updated on what was happening with the game. I found it incredibly frustrating.
I was living with my mom, and I came home to find her riveted to the television,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What is going on?" Oh, I'll watch this for the next 4 hours. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is great. Fascinating.
Oh, this is hot song. This song.
KC.
Oh, Boogie Shoes?
I didn't know this is on this album. I remember it from the radio. It's great.
We couldn't get away from this music during
Yeah.
this era.
No,
Couldn't
and that's
get away.
no, it was
when I
on the radio
resented it
continually.
deeply,
Yeah.
and then you get to an age where you're like, oh no, these are the production is so meticulous. It's a little bit like the yacht rock we talked about a few weeks ago, in that it is so polished. It's like it is antithetical to punk rock in the sense that years go into the production of these
Yeah.
records. They have to be so slick. The strings have to be perfect, but there is a lot of joy and harmonies.
Oh yeah, no, they're really tight, and
Yeah.
it's actually beautiful production. And there's a lot to be said, when you're pointing at their
Oh, I
pants.
was just gonna, there's a lot to be said about these three.
Yeah, there is.
Did you watch the Bee Gees documentary that came out a couple
I
years
did not.
ago?
I heard that was pretty good.
I did actually, believe it or not.
Fantastic.
And
It started off as like a skiffle band or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Wine and women. La, 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 la. Yes. Very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, and there's almost they're Australian, but they broke in Britain, and there's a whiff of '60s British invasion going
Yeah.
on through
Yeah.
them, and
Right.
there's some of these weird kind of story songs
Yeah. I haven't
running
heard
through the late '60s, and then
Those-
they
the-
broke with this stuff though.
The early. No, they were huge.
I guess they were huge,
Late
yeah.
'60s, they were legitimately big. They
Yeah.
had some big hits.
but I mean, this
But
album
this
is a
this
phenomenon.
this is
Everybody
the
had
top.
that album. Yeah.
This is the top. I could not recommend that documentary more.
Okay, I'll check
And
it out.
To me, these days, I would rather listen to this than the music that I listened to in the late '80s, the noisy stuff.
Yeah.
because this blisses me out. It
Well, I
really
get it.
does. And props to Robin
And
Murray
there's a
from
lot to be said, and I mean this genuinely, for writing a good hook.
Oh God, yes.
I
Oh,
mean,
God,
somebody
yes.
that writes a good hook, it's like somebody writing a perfect joke. It's just so
Craftsmanship.
good. Yeah, it's just there could be 80 ways you could tell this joke, but you wrote it perfectly. And when you hear it, you're like, just as a craftsman, you're like, well done, well done.
And that's the way I feel about the Bee Gees,
Yeah.
especially watching the documentary, because they worked really hard.
Yeah, it feels like
And
it.
when
I
they-
mean that not as a
Yeah.
detraction.
I get it now. That's
Yeah.
that's my point. I'm trying to make this point. I get it now.
yeah.
After all this time.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I mean, the music is the same, but you've changed. You never step in the same river twice, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diedrich is my Zen teacher as well. I don't know if I told you that.
Smokes, you never step in the same river twice.
I literally
Think about
almost
that
said, God, I can't believe this. I almost called you my sensei, and I'm like, no, he's a sensei in Napoleon Dynamite. I don't want to do that. That's weird. But I'm going to call it out anyway, just because it was a moment.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Fever is a lovely record that I'm going to listen to on the drive home. It is. There's a lot of really, really beautiful stuff. Speaking of hooks, though, we mentioned it, but I don't think we actually heard "If I Can't Have You" by Yvonne Elliman.
Yvonne Elliman,
who I've been listening to a lot anyway, because I've been listening to the original Brown Jesus Christ Superstar album.
Is she on that?
She's Mary Magdalene.
Oh, right, yeah. My sister
I don't know
has
how to
that.
love
That's
him.
a good album.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how to love him.
Oh. Yeah.
Listen to those horns, man.
Don't know why I'm surviving every lonely day when there's got to be no chance for me.
Sweet.
My life today, and it doesn't
Nice
matter
harmony
how I cry.
Probably her with herself, I should imagine.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
All the ways
It's a great album, too, though.
No, we'll get to the replacements
come
at
around
some point.
someday.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
will, and we'll get. I promise you, honey, we'll get to Dio.
And
Some sweet
we're going to
guy.
get to clam bake.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Somewhere
you
around
watched
episode 200,
I'm
we'll get
telling
to
you.
clam bake.
Start
I
reaching the
have
end
to.
of
I have to
music.
mention. I have to mention this. Actually, my daughter is about to turn 18. She will have turned 18 when this drops.
Okay, cool.
And
what's the date of
It's
your-
August 16th,
right.
which is Elvis's yard site. If you follow Jewish funeral rituals, it's the day he died.
Oh.
So when we went to Cedars Sinai to have Nola delivered, they had TCM on, and they were just playing all Elvis movies all day.
right.
And it was actually a lovely thing to watch out of the corner of my eye while my wife was going through contractions, because they're terrible, but they're brightly colored.
Yes.
and they're fun and relaxing.
There's
and
one that I would actually recommend. He runs a circus, and it's one of the worst movies ever made. And he's so incredibly loaded through the entire thing. It's genuinely funny as a performer to watch.
Oh, wow.
Because everyone does all of the heavy lifting. Like he walks into a scene, and they're like, "I'll tell you what, Elvis,"
Right.
and they're just here's the plot that's
Right.
going to happen. We're going to do it together. And Frank Welker, a famous voiceover artist, is in it.
Oh, wow.
Does kind of an interesting.
There's so
little
many
bit.
great 60s actors in all of the Elvis movies.
Yeah.
Bill Bixby.
Bill Bixby.
Like,
Is he the
he's
bad
a
guy
vil-
in?
He's a bad guy in
Clam
Speedway.
Bake?
So the Claymaker Speedway, Bill
Yeah.
Bixby's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
There's they would get like one guy to sort of give gravitas. The way Laurence Olivier is in The Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, that they would bring one.
Or Gene Hackman's in anything.
Yeah, but they would bring exactly bring
Yeah.
one actor in, like, oh, let's bring a little gravitas to the situation here.
grounds
Jim
the
Backus.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Backus.
Jim Backus.
Absolutely, Thurston Howell brings everything.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Hey, I think about his phrasing in Rebel Without a Cause. Wait a minute, all the time. He's so
Backus?
good. Yeah,
Backus is
really
James
good in
Dean's
it.
dad.
Yeah. Wow. He's genuinely good in it.
Yeah.
It blew my mind because I remember him from Gilligan's Island.
Of course.
And then when I first saw Rebel, I was like, it's Mr. Howell.
Yeah.
But he's really good and it's painful. His marriage is just really awful.
And the kid is just a heart on the outside of his body.
Yeah.
He really cares
Dean
for the
is really
kid.
great in it.
And spoiler alert, but you've had like 70 years when Sal Mineo dies. You
Yeah.
know, you see the heartbreak on his
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
Oh man, watch Rebel Without a Cause. It holds up.
It does hold up.
Watch Clam Bake or Speedway or both at the same time.
The one with Elvis and the circus, which I can't remember the name of.
Not Kissing Cousins.
I
It's
really,
gotta
I
be
really
big
genuinely
time-
do.
big
Even if
time.
you were to tell me.
Change of Habit with Mary Tyler Moore as a nun. My mom genuinely liked that
wow.
one. That's a late. That's like maybe 70, 69 or
death's
70.
door.
It's it's
He
not.
died already, but nobody told him.
Yes.
Can we say the most electric moment? And then I think we probably got to wrap up and
Yeah,
let
yeah,
some
yeah.
people get home to their wives and children.
yeah.
The electricity generated by Elvis
Yeah.
and Anne Margaret
Well, yeah.
and Viva Las Vegas.
Well, they were clearly something was going on there.
Undeniable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was a couple that was happening.
Yeah, and it comes across on the screen.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
you can't fake that kind of chemistry. There is no amount of acting class that is going to make you fake that sort of sizzle.
They don't want to be on stage. They want to be in
the trailer. Very much so.
Doesn't matter which one.
Doesn't matter which one.
Could be the Honey Wagon bathroom.
Doesn't matter. They might use Crafty. They might crash Bill Bixby's. Doesn't matter.
Bill Bixby's still here, yeah.
Oh my God, the director's trailer.
Oh my God.
Oh, no, anything, whatever it took, yeah. Oh, no, that was definitely happening, yeah.
Assistant director, why aren't you in the trip? Oh, really? Again? Okay.
Yeah. Come on, everybody, turn your head to the left. That's a big dance scene.
I know. I can
that's the
picture it
one
right
where you're
now.
like,
It's actually on a stage with like a brick background. I can
Yeah.
picture Anne Margaret dancing in my head
my God,
right now
Anne Margaret
all the
was
time.
so hot.
There's
So
nothing.
hot.
Like Bye Bye Birdie? Oh my God.
Crazy beautiful.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's next level.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're pulling the bus into the station. Thank you so much for joining us on Record Junkies. Diedrich Bader,
Thank you for having me, guys. It was really fun.
so nice to have you.
Oh, thanks, man.
I'm pulling the speedboat into the marina
I bet
where
you
I'm
are.
pretending to be a poor kid even though I'm a rich kid. Because I want to make sure that the girl I'm in love with likes me for me
Of
and not my
course.
money.
You're a prince.
Oh, what do we hear
nice choice.
as we lay out?
Blue Moon. Talk about interesting percussion.
Like Happy Trails production or percussion, right?
Yeah.
You knew just
Thank you.
when I was there.
Thank you, Diedrich.
Isn't it a beautiful voice?
Yeah.
You heard me saying just go out on this.
This is really
Nice.
someone I really